and good day friends. Once again I welcome you all to the Enqueue Sports YouTube channel. Now we have discussed about a lot of sporting equipment, a lot of sportswear, a lot of sports footwear. But now it is the time to focus our attention to one of the most important topics in modern day sports, which is related to the biomechanics of your feet. Yes, we are talking about orthotic insoles. Now, what is the terminology orthotics used for? Orthotics is basically, it means a medical device designed to help you or aid you in some sort of a medical condition. Now, a footwear orthotic device would assist your foot during biomechanical discomforts or biomechanical issues. Now, they are basically insoles, but very beautifully designed foot insoles, designed after a lot of research and development. This is how they look like. This is only one form of an orthotic foot sole. I'm going to show you a lot of them in the course of this video. Now, if we talk about the first one, it comes from a brand known as Logix. It's an Australian brand. It's called Logix Comfort Insole. Now, what is this particular insole, orthotic insole, this orthotic device, medicated orthotic device used for? As you can see, there's a patch over here at the back of the heel, and there is another one at the front, or the front of the toe part. Now, this particular insole assists you with a huge problem, which is known as overpronation. Now, a lot of you must be involved in running or sports, but you won't be familiar with the terms overpronation, underpronation, stability, neutrality. Now, I'm going to tell you what overpronation is. Overpronation is actually the bending in of your foot when you land while running. And underpronation is when your foot bends towards the outer side while running. So I'm just going to show you an example. Now, if you are running and your foot lands this way or this way, it is overpronation. If it lands this way, it is underpronation. So overpronation, when your foot lands this way, causes a lot of problems to a runner or a sports person. The three main problems which are caused by overpronation are plantar fasciitis, which is a problem related to the base of the foot. There's a flat bed of tissues under your foot linking the heel with the front of the foot part, and those tissues are known as plantar fascia tissues. Now, when your foot overpronates, it causes these tissues to bend, twist and turn, causing them to inflame and consequently result in extreme levels of pain for your foot. And this particular insole corrects that problem. It provides a lot of support to the arch area. If you look, these arches over here, it provides a lot of support to the arches, and it prevents your the plantar fascia tissues from bending, twisting and turning while you overpronate during running. So this is one of the things which it corrects. The next thing is known as the ball of foot pain. Now, what is the ball of foot pain? Ball of foot pain occurs on this part of the foot. When you run, there's a bone over here known as the metatarsal bone. The metatarsal bone can it can bend during overpronation, and it can twist and turn, and it can result in acute levels of pain on the front part of your foot. So this medically designed insole corrects that problem by reducing that ball of foot pain as well. The third thing which this anti-overpronation sole does is that it reduces the back of heel pain. The part of your foot over here, just on top of the heel, starts spinning because of the Achilles tendons present in that area bend a lot. They bend inwards when your arches fall inwards during overpronation. they start to hurt a lot. And as a runner, you just can't withstand the pressure, and you are unable to run. So this the supports in the arch area of this insole contribute to the lowering of the pain associated with the Achilles tendonitis. So this was one type of the orthotic insole. Now we are going to move to the next part, which is a specially formulated insole only for plantar fasciitis. The problem which we just discussed, the part of the foot, the flat area just underneath your foot, which contains the plantar fascia tissues linking your toe with the heel. So this insole is wholly and solely for those who suffer from acute levels of plantar fasciitis. These arches are really very durable over here on the sides, and they provide you tremendous amount of support and don't allow the plantar fascia tissues from moving or from getting dislocated from their positions. Consequently, your foot does not swell. So this is a huge advantage, because if you, as an overpronator, so as a sufferer of plantar fasciitis, if you don't wear something like this, you are going to feel extreme levels of pain in this part of your heel, and this pain is known as the heel spur pain. The heel spurs start to pain, and you just cannot withstand it. So now we come to the third part, the third category of the orthotic insole, which is known as foot Logix Sensi. Now, as the name implies, it is meant for sensitive feet, extremely sensitive feet, especially for those people suffering from diabetes. Because as a diabetic, what happens is that sometimes your feet suffer from neuropathy. And neuropathy is such a condition in which your feet become insensitive to pain. Now, when your feet get insensitive to pain, what happens is that even if you get cuts, spurs, or swelling or whatever, sores in your feet, you are just not going to feel the pain. But once you take off your shoe at the end of the day and you look at your feet, you are going to get a horrible feeling, and that thing might end you up in hospital, and it might even result in amputation. So for that purpose, you have to wear this foot sole, specially designed for sensitive feet, because this is entirely covered with gel. There is gel filling in this insole. It's extremely soft, and it protects a diabetic patient from such conditions. Now, not only a diabetic patient, but a lot of people have sensitive feet. They easily start feeling pains in their heel or in the front part or in the arches during sports activities, despite the fact that they don't suffer from any such condition. So for those people, this is the go-to orthotic insole. Now, if we talk about the next level of the orthotic insole, we come to the foot Logix orthotic insole. Now, it is meant for use in your daily life. You don't need to be going through a certain condition to use this insole. I'll just show it to you. It is basically an odor-free insole, and it provides you a lot of comfort, because for example, if you work in a kitchen from day to night, you stand all day, or you have any such work that you just don't get any opportunity to sit, and you are just walking and standing all day long, there will come a point that you'll start to feel a lot of pain and tiredness in your feet. Now, for those kind of people, this is the go-to orthotic insole. It has a TPU hard plastic outer shell and very, very beautifully designed arches as well. And then this thing here, this soft thing here at the back part of the heel, then this thing at just between the arches and the toe. It is basically another thing which assists you in metatarsal pains. the metatarsal bones present in this part of your feet will get a lot of support from this thing, so you are not going to suffer those acute levels of pain if you wear this thing in your daily life. And once again, this is also covered with gel, not as much as the Sensi in the orthotic foot sole which we discussed before it, but nevertheless it is covered with gel and it provides you a lot of support. Now, last but not the least, we come to this particular insole. It is designed for footballers, known as Logix football. You can use it in the AFL or soccer, even the rugby union. The thing which differentiates this particular insole from the other insoles is the low offset of this insole. It is very, very thin, and it is specially formulated for the football shoes. Because if you have a look at the football shoes, they are very, very flat, and they keep your feet quite near to the ground. So you don't want your feet to be raised. For that purpose, this is a very, very low profile, low offset insole. Secondly, it is a very, very narrow insole, because all football shoes are extremely narrow. They have a narrow toe part, and for these insoles to get inserted into these shoes, they need to be quite narrow. So this is pretty much the go-to insole for the footballers and sports players. It provides them with injury relief, because during football games you have to do a lot of footwork. You have to play with your foot all day long, and you just can't compromise on this particular thing. Again, it has a medium height arch support and a small metatarsal support as well, a TPU hard plastic shell, and of course this microfiber, a very, very soft microfiber top over here. So these were a few varieties of the orthotic insoles. Now, these insoles are, even though they are expensive, but they aren't as expensive as a shoe specifically designed for overpronation. So I'll just show you an example. I'll just show you an example over here. Now, this particular shoe, this is an Asics gel shoe, Asics gel Keanu 25. This is specifically designed for overpronation. So you either buy this shoe valued at round about $130, $140, or you just go for one of these orthotic insoles, which you can get for something around $30 odd. So the choice is yours, and the money is yours as well. I hope this thing really helped you, and your suggestions and feedbacks are always welcome. And as I always promise you, we are going to be covering a lot of important material, uncovering a lot of hidden secrets in the modern day sports. Everything will be done in our upcoming shows, in our upcoming videos. For that purpose, you need to stay subscribed and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. So until the next show, stay safe everyone. Take care of yourself and your near and dear ones. So until the next time, goodbye.